Here are our solutions to quiz 6 for Math 111. What's going on here is I have a house. Maybe this is the side of my house, and I'm building a rectangular yard, something like this, and x is the length of the sides touching my house. So what I'm saying is this guy is x, and this guy is x. Maybe I'll make this y over here. So this is the picture you want to have in mind, and we want to know a function for the area. We want area as a function of x. So the way we do that is you can think about area is x times y, and we have this constraint here that says that 400 is equal to 2x plus y. All right, we use 400 yards of fence going all the way around here, which is 2x's and a y. And we want area as a function of x, so we don't want this y right here, we just want x's. So we solve this equation for y to substitute it in over there, and we get that y is equal to 400 minus 2x. So area as a function of x is x times, instead of writing y, I'll write 400 minus 2x. And it's fine to leave your answer like this, or you can look ahead and realize what we have to do and think that you might want it to look more like a quadratic, in which case you would say that area is equal to negative 2x squared plus 400x, which I got from distributing this x through and then writing this term first. Either one's fine though. Okay, express this as transformations of a parabola. So this is kind of what we were doing in this section. You got to complete the square on this mess right here. The way you do that is you say that area is, we'll factor out this negative 2 and be left with x squared minus, let's see, half of that is 200x. And now we complete the square, which means you leave the negative 2 alone. And we're going to have x something squared minus something. All right, what goes here is half of this number. Half of negative 200 is negative 100. 100 squared is 1 with 4 zeros, so 10,000. You get something like this. And we're almost done. If you distribute this negative 2 back in, what you get is area of x as a function, as transformations of a parabola. So this guy down here would be our final answer. All right. And now we want to find and interpret the meaning of the vertex. Okay, so the vertex here, this negative 2 flips our function over and stretches it, but it doesn't move the vertex at all. So we can ignore that. For the purposes of the vertex, we just look at these two numbers. This shifts us right by 100. What happened there? So we got 100 is the x-coordinate of the vertex, and 20,000 is the y-coordinate. And so what that means is that area is maximized when x equals 100, and that area is 20,000. So what I'm saying is x is 100 up in this picture here. So this is 100, this is 100. This would have to be 200 because we have 400 total. And the area is 100 times 200, which is this 20,000 here. 20,000 meters squared or yards squared or whatever we're talking about, but I don't really care, just the number's fine. And so that is the end of number 1. Number 2, function composition. We want f of g of x. So what that is f of 4 over x plus 1, which is, here's f of x, so what we want to do is everywhere we see an x, replace it with this mess, 5 minus 4 over x plus 1 divided by, instead of x, I will write 4 over x plus 1 minus 1. So we get to this huge mess that we want to simplify. I think it simplifies pretty nicely. Let's see here. 5 minus all this stuff. Okay, so I guess the shortcut way to do this would be this is 5 minus 4 over x plus 1 minus 1. If you distribute that negative sign through. And down here you got 4 over x plus 1 minus 1. Those just cancel out. And you get to here. And then up top you have 5 minus 1. So what we have up top is 4 minus 4 over x plus 1 divided by 4 over x plus 1. Let's see, I guess I'll take this all the way over to here. So maybe this isn't such a shortcut, but we can attack this. Let's see, we almost have a fraction over a fraction. If we did, we'd be in good shape. So what we want to do is find a common denominator here. Think about the top as 4. You can think about this as 4 over 1. So our common denominator is x plus 1. So we get 4 times x plus 1 minus 4 all over x plus 1 all over 4 over x plus 1. So all I did here was, instead of writing this 4 here, I wrote it's 4 times x plus 1 over x plus 1. Since I have the same denominator, I can just write it once. Okay, so this is maybe, well, I'll just flip it over now. This is 4 times x plus 1 minus 4 divided by x plus 1 is what I have up top, times, dividing fractions is a lot like multiplying fractions, but you have to multiply by the reciprocal. You flip the bottom upside down, get to here, and hopefully you notice that you got x plus 1 over x plus 1 that'll cancel. So you got 4 times x plus 1 minus 4 over 4. You can distribute. There's a few ways to do this. I think the easiest would be to distribute through. I don't know if that's the easiest. One way would be to distribute this 4 through and realize that what you have here is 4x over 4, which is just x. So all that mess to figure out that if you compose these functions together, you get x. It'll turn out that what that means is these functions are inverses of each other, but that's a couple chapters ahead. For now, we just stop here and say that this right here is our final answer. That's the end of the quiz.